Zawoski?
What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls Postgame, presented by Sunnyside. Visit sunnyside.shop for bright buys every day. Get 50% off your first 3 online purchases with promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day. Only for 21 and over in Illinois med card holders.
That's them.
I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck, coming to you live from our West Loop CHGO headquarters. That's Big Dave. Bow.
Come on, KD.
BAWL Sports. Man in the middle, Will_Perdue 32. KDW on the controls. We got Sarah Bear hanging out for the Bulls win. We got Zawoski in the house. We got Blackhawks coming up later tonight, too. Big Dave needs something, Katie.
I need something, Katie. Bulls win. Hit it again, Katie. Bulls win. Come on, Katie. Bulls win. Ow, in your face.
That last one had a tail on
it. Yes, it did. Had some force. I like it. What up, Ben D?
Bulls beat the Milwaukee Bucks. 133-122 was the final. Thank you all, Bulls Nation, for joining us. If you are hanging out in that YouTube chat, hit the like button. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous. We'll get to as many as y'all's thoughts on tonight's game as we can as we move along. Guys, huge response from this Bulls offense that kind of the wheels fell off a little bit on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
They didn't get up that many threes in the second half after a strong start, at least attempts-wise. They clearly had a lot of turnover issues. And tonight, talk about a flip to the script in both of those categories that you said in pregame you wanted to see them do better at tonight, Will. They played faster while protecting the ball. I think they finished with, what, 9 turnovers?
Baby.
Compared
Only
to 21
single digits
on Wednesday. You love that. And, oh, my God, the Bulls as a team shot how many threes? The lights out.
47.
21 of 47 for 44.7% from deep. And a big old shout-out to Coby White, who went 7 of 13. Purdue, ask and you shall receive. How about that Bulls offense, buddy?
They, I'm telling you, as we used to call it, the truth machine. When you watch a little film, you can't hide because everybody gets exposed. But that's just this is what we saw here is exactly how they have to play every single night.
Yeah.
In order to really increase their chances to win. Again, we talked about it. I'm not saying they can't win a half-court game,
right?
But they got to make it a little sloppy. They got to junk it up a little bit, and they got to play quick. And you knew that they had bought in when late in the game the ball kind of was bouncing around like a ping pong ball. It ended up eventually in the hands of Io. He turned around, dribbled, took 2 steps back, and shot a quick 3. After I think they had just got an offensive rebound. But that, again, volume, 46 of 96. What did they have the other night? I think they only had 83 field goal attempts. You're like, well, what's 13? 13's a lot. I think you had 31 threes compared to 47.
Yeah, they took 34 on Wednesday night, but still a bunch more tonight.
This is what we saw in the preseason.
Yep.
And this is – you know, what did I talk about? What I wanted to see from Coby taking the next step. Not scoring. I mean, he did plenty of that.
Yeah.
But there were many times where I saw him grabbing his teammates, talking to these guys right after a foul call, a dead ball situation. You know, he showed that leadership that I want to help him take that next step. And what did you actually say, Mr. Peck, during the game about who was not dribbling the ball up the floor?
Zach LaVine.
Bingo.
Bingo. Bulls won. Listen.
It's not, hold on. It's not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just better when you have Coby and Io. And this is what we saw. This is the Giddy that we traded for. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists.
Classic Giddy, almost triple-double.
Yes,
the only negative thing I want to say is, my man, when you got it in the paint, you got an open laid up, shoot the damn ball.
2 points, man. It's right there.
We'll take it. It's okay.
You got to take it.
He's been hanging out with Javon Carter too much.
Look, man, 15, 11, 17, 19, and 10. That is the shot attempts for the starting 5. Everybody had at least 10 attempts at the basket.
That's balanced.
Even Patrick Williams had over 10 attempts at the basket. Tonight. 11 shots he took tonight. But, yes, that is the balance, Matt, and that's what you want to see in how this team plays. You know what that means? That means they're getting the ball and they're getting out and running. That means when it comes through that hoop, as Will talked about a while back, that ball isn't hitting the floor 2 or 3 times before they take the ball out of bounds. No, they're getting it out the net and they're going. Yeah. And that's exactly what they need to do to go against this kind of team. Will said in the pregame that the Bucks would give you certain things because of the way that they played. And the Bulls took full advantage of that. They not only did it with the field goal attempts, but as you mentioned, the three-point shooting. They had 10 made threes at the end of the half. They ended up with 21 made threes. So they continued to shoot the ball and got the right shots. Like Coby White just, oh my God, like lost his mind. Like I can talk about how good he is all the time. Yeah. Like I love talking about how good Coby White is all the time because he's one of the most doubted guys here on this team. Can he be that dude? Can he take over? This is what we're talking about, taking over. Because Zach LaVine sat on the bench in the fourth quarter while Coby White said, I'm going to go ahead and take this game over. This is going to be mine. I saw him also in that fourth quarter, Will. After that Giddey made 3, he got immediately up off that bench and was talking to his team and in everybody's face, telling them to stay composed, telling them to stay with it. So he was taking that reins as, dude, I'm the leader of this. I'm going to go ahead and put my fire to this right here. And I loved every second of it. I loved how Zach played. Zach didn't play like a dude who was like, I'm a number one guy. I got to do this. I got to do that.
Yeah.
No, ball was taken out his hands in that second half. And the point guards had the ball much, much more in that second half. You saw Giddey with it more. You saw Ayo with it more. You saw Coby with it more. Those guys had the basketball. When you got 65 point guards on your team, you don't need Zach LaVine continually bringing the ball up. Zach LaVine was actually doing cuts. He made a nice cut and went to the basket. And guess what? Josh Giddey found him for a nice layup. Those things are what's going to happen when you play like that.
You mean a backdoor cut?
Backdoor cut, Will. I know this is foreign language out here, but a backdoor cut is what he ran. I loved what Vooch did, again, in another good game. I thought, did you say he hit 5 threes out here? I'm sorry, 4. He hit 4 threes, but 4 of 9 for the three-point line is awesome from Nikola Vucevic, man. He was very confident along with those 22 points and also chipped in 4 assists as well. But Coby White, man, at 35, 6, 5 assists, and the 4 steals, is awesome stuff, man. Like, I loved how he calmed the team down when things were just getting too hectic. I love that Zach LaVine led the team in the blocks because he had 2 of them out there. Like, they did everything correct, and the bench looked like a bench. Dalen Terry, good God, thank you, Lord. Shout out to Dalen Terry. Shout out to Jalen Smith as well. Julian Phillips. Ayo had a tough game, but I just like the pace that he played with. It didn't seem to bother him, and it still ended up with 5 rebounds and 5 assists like that. But, yeah, I can't say enough. This was a really excellent win by the Bulls. This was not an ass-backwards win. They just fall into it, and somebody just got hot. No, the whole team played like it got hot, man, and I really appreciated that.
Rob in the comments saying Kobe's a great leader. A lot of love for Coby. Gabriel saying he's got to be on the floor with Patrick when Patrick's on the floor because of that North Carolina connection. RW saying Coby is clutch. Connor saying such a fun brand of basketball to watch. Everyone's getting shots. Everyone sharing the ball. Everyone eating. Sam saying the Bulls playing a modern day basketball. We actually have spacing and pace. And I think it was Rick Ski Man who was also giving some love to Vooch, as you just did, Dave, saying, you know, the Vooch demise has been greatly exaggerated and that he has the proper space to operate now in a DeMar DeRozan-less universe.
You listening to me? These are the things I said.
That's, I mean, I can't. Did Vooch finish with double-digit rebounds tonight? He did.
9.
Yes, he did. He had 10.
He had 10?
10. So he had 21 and 11 last on Wednesday. I think 22 and 10 tonight.
Amazing.
Not super efficient. Just 7 of 17. He did miss a couple bunnies around the rim, which always bugs me with Vooch's game. He took one weird floater that I'm like, Vooch, that's not your game
at all.
But as you said, 4 of 9 from downtown.
Nothing to sneeze at right there.
A perfect 4-4 at the free throw line. Look, the Bulls are not going to shoot 45% from 3 on 47 attempts every night this season.
What?
This is not necessarily sustainable, what we saw tonight, but as you phrased it, Will, like, this is the recipe. This offense is the fun bad that can actually sometimes be fun and good if people are knocking down their shots and you're protecting the ball.
And as some of our viewers are saying, let's give Pat credit.
Yes.
I know offensively he was shaky, but he had a huge offensive rebound where he actually came in from.
And there were other bodies around.
Both of his feet were off the ground.
And he actually down with the ball.
Instead of standing on the perimeter and watching, when the shot went up, he came from the wing.
Yes, he did.
Up underneath the basket, a la Charles Oakley. Got the board, and then put it up came off the floor quickly and put it right back up before the defense could react.
Yes, he did.
As they said, that was a big boy rebound.
Big boy rebound.
But I think what we really need to talk about and give him credit for is his defense on Giannis.
Correct. I completely agree with you.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't talk about it. They talk about you got to slow him down coming from half court. It's not happening. But what you got to do is just put a body on him and sacrifice yourself. I thought P. Will did that. He still had 38, but he had to earn them.
Yeah. He had to work for it.
He had 17 at half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to the line a lot.
16. He
only went 8 of 16
attempts.
He only shot 50%.
Yep, 8 of 16. Thank you, Giannis.
But the biggest thing was, and I was remiss because I didn't talk about it at halftime, but if you can take a team like people used to try to do to us, okay, let Jordan get 60 and contain everybody else. You know,
Giannis rules?
We had, Prince had 11, but I think he had 9 at half. All right. Lopez has 7. Trent Jr. only has 10.
Lopez was quiet, yeah.
Portis had 9, had 5 at half.
Yeah, he was quiet.
You know, Connaughton, he struggled to shoot, had 3. But that was the thing. I mean, it wasn't like they played great defense, but their defense was good enough. And because their defense was good enough and they played at a pace that allowed them to get up 96 shots. Remember, people, we're talking about volume. And there are going to be games where they continue to shoot like this.
Yes.
44% from behind the arc. And when they do this, I don't like to say this because I don't want people getting too excited, but when they
get them, Will,
they can beat anybody. But the problem is just it's so hard to play this way every single night.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm already ready to put this game behind us and be like, okay, let's turn around and do it again tomorrow night.
Yeah, you gotta play the Thunder tomorrow night.
Yeah, you do.
Woo!
But it doesn't matter. I mean, if you can get up 47 threes and shoot 44%, you're going to have a solid chance to win. Yeah. So what did I say at halftime that I didn't say on the air? I was talking about when you were watching the way that Milwaukee was playing, they were kind of half-assing it. They didn't respect the Bulls. They, weren't really rotating properly on defense.
Right.
They were basically playing.
I think they were letting the Bulls get where they wanted to be on the court offensively.
Well, it was the, hey, we know we can just kind of, all right, we'll tighten it down in the fourth quarter and then we'll come out and we'll beat you guys.
And arrogant stuff.
But I think 2 things happen. One, you kind of see where they're exposed. They're a flawed team. Number one. But number 2, as a game goes on, and we used to talk about this with the good Bulls teams, if you let a team hang around, their confidence grows.
Yeah.
And confidence is contagious.
Yeah.
Especially as we pointed out with what you saw what Coby was doing, keeping everybody engaged, keeping those guys, focused on what they were doing. And this is what we talk about. This is a type of team where you know what the goal is, but when you watch them play this way, it's fun.
Yes.
It's exciting. I mean, you kind of just sit there and laugh and you're like, this team's too good to only win 27, 28 games. It's, but they have a purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just accept that. Enjoy games like this.
Yes.
And talk about the things that they did right.
Correct. I got more to say and stuff on Patrick Williams, but
plenty more to get to on tonight's post-game show. More of your thoughts out there from the comments. I see we got a bunch of super chats. We will get to all of those. We'll still hear from Will the Gottlieb. And it's a dub, so we're going to find out who the good of the night was at some point. Stay right here on CHGO Bulls postgame. Big Dave. You know who's back in town? And by back in town, I mean like
the
CHGO
boys?
town.
Please tell me.
The boys are always back in town.
This is true. Please tell me, Matt.
Our friends at ComEd.
They back?
Yeah.
What?
And guess what I just figured out?
Tell me.
They gave us another one of those 2-person ad reads.
What? Two of them things?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so excited.
Two of
I
them
wasn't even
things.
prepared for this.
I'll take first reader. You take second reader.
Man,
Ready?
I'm so excited about this. All
Hey,
right,
Dave,
let's hit this.
You know what, Dave? ComEd
I'll
can
just
help
sit over here and
businesses.
watch.
We're gonna write in a third reader.
You can read it if you want, Will. Like, nobody's going to stop you from getting this, baby. You get this if you want.
We're just gonna write our own copy with a third character who comes in. ComEd can help businesses save big money by becoming more energy efficient.
You know, I didn't know that, man.
That's right, Dave. The Energy Efficiency Program can help find up to 35% in energy savings.
Wow. So what does a business, Matt, have to do?
All you have to do is sign up for a free facility assessment at ComEd.com/biz.
I'm sorry, is that ComEd.com/biz?
That's right. That's right, Dave.
Oh, so why aren't more businesses doing this?
Maybe they forgot the website.
Oh, maybe ComEd.com/biz. So it's ComEd.com/biz.
Right.
Or even ComEd.com/biz.
That works too.
Oh, okay. All right.
ComEd.com/biz. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change. Actual savings vary by customer's energy usage and rate. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is funded in compliance with state law. ComEd.com/biz.
You know who's still with us, though? Empire Today.
Always.
Because all they do is floors. No matter what. Footwork. Because with Empire Today, you get to shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and of course, that low price guarantee. Empire Today is the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, guess what? They got copycats. But Empire cannot be beaten on quality, service, and speed. So competitors advertise low-quality products that Empire simply will not carry. Empire won't promise the lowest prices. No. Because anyone who does this is putting flooring in your home that they wouldn't even put in their own. And that is not how Empire rolls. Empire's philosophy is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. What they leave out of their selection is just as important as what they put in. And, of course, they got that virtual floor designer. It's a great way to see how new floors will look in any space. It's very easy. Just pull out your phone, clickety-clack, snap a pic, and instantly you will see how those new floors will look in your room. Now, shopping for floors at the big box store can be very frustrating. You come in there, you walking around, you see the guy named Biff, who you know was working in plumbing the other day, and today he is working in flooring. And he's very confused because he's 16 years old.
Biff belongs in plumbing for sure.
I don't want to do this anymore. What's a floor? Yeah, you don't have to deal with that anymore. Because shop at home convenience is what Empire Today provides. And of course, they service their own warranties. So if there's an issue, they will service all warranties themselves. You won't have to track down a manufacturer's phone number. So go ahead and schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off when they use the promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details. 588-2300. Purdue.
Empire
Today. Oh.
I thought you might throw Katie a curveball.
Oh, you think it's over?
No. Well,
it's a method to the madness.
It's a Bulls Victory Friday, so that's not the last we're going to hear Empire mention.
Exactly.
Now that I know that we
Stay on your toes, Katie.
No. We have musical theater legend Matt Peck on this set. I am never singing.
Everyone who didn't watch pregame is so confused. And that's okay. Y'all are going to stay confused.
Yes.
Sanjay is saying it's encouraging tonight, but want to avoid inflating expectations. Youth and depth rather than reliance on stars feels more sustainable. I mean, look, Zach, Vooch, and Coby all gave the Bulls 20-plus tonight, and in Coby's case, a near-career high of 35. But theoretically, you want your star players to be your highest producing players, right?
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that somebody else mentioned Billy and his rotations, Rob, saying those Billy rotations are going to be pivotal tomorrow because of it being the second night of a back-to-back.
Yes.
And, that's a stiff challenge that the Thunder are ready and waiting for you.
So I have been told.
We saw Dale and Terry get some serious take tonight in Lonzo Ball's absence. I did see people in the comments asking about Lonzo. He is expected to play.
Okay.
The expectation was no back-to-backs out of the gate this season, maybe never again this season. Took last night off, and Goat had a tweet talking to Billy pregame that, as far as how Lonzo felt after Wednesday night's game, Lonzo feels fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's just managing that knee as planned. he's going to play tomorrow night. When you look at second night of a back-to-back, which you had plenty of throughout your 13-year NBA career, Purdue,
Flex.
what do you think is in Billy's best interest as far as managing these guys and trying to replicate this pace of play that we saw them play with tonight?
Well, the biggest thing is the guys that played major minutes. So, when you start talking about Zach with 33 and P. Will with 36, biggest also Coby with 34.
Whew.
Those are the guys that he's going to have to. And this is where you heavily rely on your assistants to consistently talk to you, whisper in your ear, remind you, a guy's been on the floor for a specific amount of time straight. Okay? Question is, how will Coby feel? Because Coby talked about at the end of last season, it's just his conditioning has to be better. I mean, we're only going on the third game of the season, but second game of back-to-back, it's pretty significant. And not so much at the beginning because these guys are going to be jacked. It's a home opener. They just won against the Bucks. The crowd's going to be, crazy. And so you'll feel fine in that first half. But about the middle of that third period when, the crowd's kind of settled in, maybe things aren't going well, who knows? But that's where you got to kind of dig deep. And this is where I think that you could see Billy tomorrow giving these guys short bursts.
Yeah.
Play the first 4 or 5 minutes, quick sub, sit out for 3, come back in. But he's also, got to keep an eye on the score and use his timeouts accordingly. Okay. He usually does a pretty good job of knowing when these TV timeouts are coming. That's when you kind of, when there's a dead ball situation, 60 to 90 seconds before, a TV timeout or something of that nature, you got to sub in and sub out guys periodically. Big Dave.
Yes, sir.
Who are the 2 most consistent Bulls after 2 games?
Nikola Vucevic and Jalen Smith.
Ding, 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 ding. You can't get a fastball past this guy.
Wait a minute. Did I hear the jingle jangles?
Do we hear jingle?
Do we
have a goat ready?
We got a goat here?
Let's bring in the goat.
Let's do it.
Meh.
Quaff.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Talk hotline. It's our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb, perfectly coiffed, Will_Gottlieb, behind enemy lines up there at Fiserv Forum.
Oh, tonight he's going with the glasses.
Yes,
sir.
My
Hit him up,
goodness.
goat.
I got to make a 90-minute drive home at 11 p.m. So can't be
Is that
wearing the contacts for that.
Is that our Bulls beat reporter or the newest contestant on The Bachelor? Look at this
Remember,
man.
he was clean shaven
Look
like a
at
day
this
ago.
man.
A day ago, he was clean shaven. The 5 o'clock shadow is creeping in. That is the goat, ladies and gents.
Goat.
Have you used that on him before?
What's that?
The sound effect?
Oh, the
Yeah, but what you said after.
quaff.
Oh.
That was new.
That's a new one.
Saying quaff in the goat voice?
Yeah.
That's a new one.
He doesn't look too thrilled.
Oh no, he always is thrilled. Don't worry, he loves
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah.
Will loves attention. He needs
If
more.
Goat shakes his head and rolls his eyes at something that we do, it means he loves us.
Yes, yes.
It happens all the time.
He's the adult.
Correct.
Goat, what a difference a couple of days makes. The Bulls, rife with turnovers on Wednesday night, did not shoot the 3 ball at a high rate or very efficiently. They get up 10 more shots tonight than they did Wednesday. They decreased their turnovers from 21 to 9, and they were shooting the lights out. What the heck got up into this team?
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like whereas the first game was kind of like a bad example of what they were trying to do. They were playing fast, but it was leading to turnovers and transition points, and then they were, taking the ball out of the basket and having to go against a set defense. It wasn't really working. And tonight, it just felt like everything was clicking. You guys, I'm sure, have talked about it. 21 made threes, which is more than they made in any single game last year. So the ball's going in. But, Billy was talking about post-game how he just liked the decision-making when they would get downhill. The Bucks do not have good perimeter defense. They do not have much resistance out there. That allowed guys like Coby, Giddy at times, Io, everybody to just kind of drive into the lane off the dribble and then collapse the defense that way and spray it out. And I think the Bulls did a much better job of obviously taking and making shots, but then also continuing to keep the ball moving. There were a couple of plays, especially with some of those younger units with like Dalen and Julian and Patrick and Mattis. Those guys were really pinging the ball around the perimeter. And that just looks great, and it leads to easy shots. So I think things were clicking. They, like you said, did not have as many turnovers. That really helps, and making your shots, getting some stops helps too. So yeah, just kind of the version of the offense that I think the Bulls are after and that they want to see. So it's nice to kind of, wipe out the last game from their memory and turn into this one, 24 hours before they have to go and face the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Shout out to our guy Joey Spathis up in the chat saying what's up to you. Speaking of wiping old games out of your memory, Patrick Williams will definitely play with more fire, more like his hair wasn't like completely on fire, but there was smoke definitely coming from his hair and how he played. I love the way that he played, the aggression that he played with. He was taking it to him, and the defense that he had on Giannis. Will talked about it a lot in how he played. Can you talk about what you saw from Patrick Williams tonight?
Yeah, I saw that he saw your tweet this afternoon, and he turned it around because of that. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you show it to him pregame?
I think Pat, first of all, I was talking to him this morning, and he did not play 5-on-5 until the team went to minicamp in August. So he was recovering from his foot, and I think that obviously, you're not playing 5-on-5, you're not getting full game type reps. It's going to take him a little time to get into a rhythm, and then he tweaked his ankle at one point during the preseason. So, it's going to take some time. I think the thing to remember with Patrick is that this idea that, okay, DeMar is out of the picture, he is now free reign to score 25 a night. That's not really what was holding him back. I think having that kind of expectation of him now that he has free reign, so to speak, of him being able to score a bunch, that's just not really what is happening here or who he is. I think it's gonna be a process, and I think what you're looking for is more what you're just talking about, Dave, which is the consistent aggression, attacking closeouts, being willing to take spot up threes, defending, attacking the glass. I think he did all those things. I mean, Billy, Coby, who we talked to after the game, were super, just respecting the way that Patrick played. He led the team with 36 minutes tonight, obviously guarded Giannis for a ton of that time. That's a huge responsibility for that guy. So I think that, scoring does not necessarily equal production for Patrick. It's going to come in other ways. And so, that's going to mean defense on some nights. It's going to mean just taking quick shots when he gets the ball swung to him. And then, of course, attacking the basket when he can't do it. A nice and one on a drive. So it wasn't a phenomenal game. He did have a turnover. There, some missed shots and things like that. But I think overall, we just have to be a little bit patient with him and look at the big picture trends and not the results on a game to game basis. And I think that will help encourage people to appreciate some of the stuff that he does do, because he is a really valuable player. And I think, again, I've said this a million times, the Bulls are not paying him to be a superstar. They're paying him to be, a young, productive 3-and-D wing. And that's a super valuable archetype in this league. And they need him as we saw tonight. So patience, I think, still with Patrick. I know it's not going to be as explosive as some people want to see, but I also don't want that to take away from the stuff that he does do very well.
Well, where was the beat writers tonight? Were you pretty close to the floor?
They have us up at the top. It's kind of a weird dome or a weird bowl here. It's kind of goes up to the top of the 200 level. If you can imagine how the United Center is. So we're kind of up top there, not super close to the floor.
So I was curious, is one of the things that I mentioned, post game on Wednesday, pregame tonight, was about the leadership qualities and capabilities of Coby White. And I thought I saw a lot more of that in this game. I was just curious if you had noticed that, if you were close enough to possibly hearing what the vocalization of what was going on during the game. But, not only was he more aggressive as a player, but I also thought he was more vocal and assertive as a leader tonight. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, I think part of it is just when he's making shots, there's probably a little bit more confidence there. When you're 0 for 5 from 3 and a loss, it's probably a little bit harder to assert yourself than if you are, 12 of 20, 7 of 13 on threes like he was tonight. And also playing very well and very much leading the Bulls in the way that they were trying to play. So it wasn't just the outcome of his shots. It was the process behind it and him getting them into good offense. And so I think it's still a process with him too. Like he's really evolved as a leader, as a premier scorer for this team over the last year. And, there's going to be times where it's maybe not 1,000% the best vocal leadership, and there's going to be times where it is better. But he is like the first to, take accountability, take ownership over the team when it doesn't play well. And he's the first to, pass out praise to his teammates. He was glowing about Patrick and the way that he defended against Giannis tonight. So I think that's still very much there. And I think he really takes pride in that as this team has kind of transitioned away from some of the older vets from last season. He, I think, really is one of the important leaders on this team, both from a vocal standpoint and a play style standpoint. And I think you saw that tonight.
Vooch, GOAT, real quick. 20-10 or better in each of his first two games. We were talking earlier about how maybe this roster fits Vooch a little bit better than the ones he has been a part of since he arrived in that trade. What did you make of his game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think like this trail, thing that he is able to do where he's just kind of following the play into, some trail threes. What was he? 4 of 9 on threes tonight. Obviously, again, helps when you're actually making your shots, but it allows him to attack some closeouts, pull the opposing center away from the rim, and that opens up driving lanes for the other guards on this team. So I think he seems to feel a little bit more comfortable. There's not like any, slow it down, give him like a 5-6 dribble post up where the defense can really, collapse on him and try to make plays. It's like all, more in the flow of transition offense. And I think he really benefits from that. Obviously, he's capable of scoring on the block, and that can be really useful at times. But I also think it's better for not just him, but everybody when the pace of the game is creating shots for them, as opposed to, these guys having to do that through off the dribble stuff or post up stuff. Like that just, I think, takes a lot out of guys, just in terms of like their ability to play through a 48-minute game. Like that's just a lot to ask of some of these guys. So I think Vooch really benefits from this style of play. I know it doesn't necessarily seem like an obvious fit because he's more of like a plotting player, but just the way that they can insert him into like the semi-transition offense, attacking closeouts, making threes, making plays. Obviously he kind of got stuck on a poster there at one point, which was unfortunate. He was just trying to do his best to help out after that turnover. But other than that, I thought Vooch played great.
Well, we got to get to a break, and you've got to finish writing and then drive home safely. So real quick, who's your goon tonight?
Ooh, I think I will go with Coby. 7 threes.
Yeah.
The Bulls made more threes in a game tonight than they made all of last year. Like that's crazy to me, and Coby was really spurring it. So I'll go with Coby.
Love it and love the insights and the hard work. We look forward to having you back home tomorrow for the Bulls home opener. Will_Gottlieb is where you can find him. AllCHGO.com is where you can find his great writing and reporting for us. Buddy, get home safe tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Peace.
Quick break, then plenty more CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right after this. Postgame tonight brought to you by Prize Picks. Gotta love Prize Picks.
Yeah.
The best place to get real money on sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winning, shout out Dr. Evil, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everyone. You just pick more than or less than on at least 2 different players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long with Prize Picks. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as, that's right, I said it, just 4 correct picks. They also Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy program with an injury insurance policy. So your lineup stays in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half, doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Case in point, I had Deebo Samuel action this past NFL Sunday.
Okay.
He played 2 snaps.
He did.
Left the game.
He did.
Turns out he had pneumonia. Got checked into the hospital, but never saw the field in the second half. When things like that happen, Prize Picks says, we got your back. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money on this sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Prize Picks puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my prize pick hits, I know I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Lickety split.
Look at this. Look at that.
Lickety split. Want to get home? Download the app today. Use promo code CHGO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Just throw a $5 lineup out there. 4 correct picks get you cash. And either way, whether you hit it or not, you're getting $50 instantly. That's code CHGO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
You know, let me talk specifically to Matt Peck because he needs to hear this.
Okay.
Let me tell you, man. There's a surefire way to wake up feeling fresh after a night of drinking.
Oh, tell me.
Oh, here we go.
Preach.
Pre-alcohol, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, who does that? Z-Biotics. That's who do that.
Preach it to the choir.
Yes. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first, I said first, genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented not by scientists, but PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink alcohol, it gets converted into a toxic byproduct in your gut. Oh, it's this byproduct, not dehydration. No. That's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Z-Biotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly. And you'll feel your best mañana. That is a promise. Oh, and that's the thing. I kept hearing about, the pre-alcohol. I said, you know what? Let me try this thing out one time. It's a thing. Man, scientists ain't gonna lie to me. And especially, who ain't gonna lie to me? PhD scientists. They definitely ain't about to lie to me like that. So go to zbiotics.com/CHGO Bulls to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use that code again, CHGO Bulls at checkout. Z-Biotics is back with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. Will Perdue likes that very much. Z-Biotics! PhD scientists say yay.
No questions asked.
None. Zero.
What is a scientist? I will never not think of that when I hear that line. Shout out Z-Biotics. Goat is just always doing wonderful hard work for us. That's why we appreciate him. Thanks for joining. Not only that, he did send us a nice little tidbit of Coby White talking in the victorious visitors locker room.
A tidbit?
Up there at Fiserv Forum. Katie, do we have that?
Let's hit it.
Love tidbits.
Love them.
How important is that for the offense to continue to get those good looks?
It's very important. That's what we've been trying to, the coaching staff been trying to instill in us is getting to the paint, then kick it out. Then Zoe always say, good to great. He always said we need to make more good to great. Somebody might be open initially, but there's a more open one. Or, you might be open on the wing, and then somebody might be in the corner. The corner, a more high-value shot. So it's just reading the game that way. I think we got to, like I always say, we trying to build that identity is playing fast, shooting more threes, but also not just jacking them up, just kind of getting to the paint, kicking out.
It's early, but how important is it that what you guys have been working on in the preseason, what you guys are building through, you're starting to actually see pace work, three-point shots work, and like you said, what Zoe says, good to great, it's working.
Yeah, what's the question?
No, I mean, how important is that you guys this early on checking those boxes and, hey, this offense could work?
Yeah. I mean, we knew it could work with the personnel. It's just on us to stick to that identity and trusting it. It might be, like Coach always says, just be relentless, keep going, because it might be some nights in the first half, it might not be going our way. We might not be hitting threes like we hit tonight, but just playing with that pace, being relentless, and trying to wear teams down. That's how we got to play. Because like I said, we don't got DeMar DeRozan no more. So we got to figure out other ways to get good offense.
I love that. Just very blunt honesty from Coby. We don't got DeMar DeRozan no more. So we got to find other ways to get what's the word? Oh yeah, offense.
Yeah, I love that. I loved every second of that because one, that ending was great, but two, he was talking about point guardsmanship. He's talking about being a better point guard. He's talking about what Lonzo is telling him to look for. Always looking at the other three-point shooters. There's somebody else that's going to be open. Hey, let me hit him with a pass. Hey, he can take that shot. Finding an identity. Getting your three-point shots up. Moving faster. Like, this is all good stuff that I want to hear from a point guard, Will.
Absolutely. That's where you see the growth of Coby White, and that's what we want to continue to see. Listen, whether Zoe is playing or not, he's a resource. So you got to use him. Mm-hmm. And, I was very fortunate. I know I'm going to beat you to it to play with Tim Duncan flex. Mm-hmm. So, but
Did he flex himself?
Yeah.
One of the things that Tim really
Dave
liked
also played with Tim Duncan.
Flex.
was for people to talk to him when he was coming off the floor during timeouts.
Mm.
Hey, is there something you're seeing that I'm not seeing? Where's the double team coming? Is it better for us to, run a cross screen or a lateral down screen from elbow to block? Or, he usually had questions. So I felt a lot of times if I wasn't playing, in order for me to contribute, it had to be to, help him. This is what I've seen during the timeouts when he comes out of games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, you have an opportunity. I did not see if Zoe was at the game. He referenced Zoe, but on the bus, on the plane, in the locker room, during practice, timeouts, you have an opportunity to sit next to this guy and pick his brain and ask him, okay, this is what I see. What do you see? And it's really enjoyable when you see Coby talk about, the humbleness that he has to mention somebody else talking about A, B, C, and D and how we have to, play a certain way. And, as he talked about the the game's over and you can hear the excitement in his voice.
Yeah. Yeah, he was happy to get that win. I mean, that dude works hard. You know what I mean? He grinds, man. And I love the fact that everything about him is, I want to be better at this. I want to be better. They say my conditioning, well, guess what? I'm going to push myself past the point of exhaustion to get ready for this regular season. He definitely had his win.
That was crazy talk.
Yeah, that was crazy talk. But he definitely had his win. You know what I mean? Nothing about him said I needed to come out the game right there. Like, he looked awesome. And just turning himself into the, leader, veteran of this team, like being that guy going forward and knowing that position is available. That's the other thing, also learning under the feet of a guy like DeMar DeRozan as well, who is a leader. And he learned from that, from DeMar, exactly certain things he needs to do. Because you remember, that's when he started getting more vocal, is with the DeMar DeRozan seasons. That's when those things kind of changed for Coby White.
Mm-hmm.
So combining that with his skill that he is always working on, because every year he looks better doing something. Last year it was the handles. It was the penetration to the bucket. Those things looked way better for Coby White. This year is just expecting those kind of games like we just saw tonight. Like, I don't think we should be shocked anymore, but I'm going to continue to be because it's awesome. But to watch him get those 35 points and to hit all these three-point shots, like, teams are just going to have to start putting him on that whiteboard in their locker room like, hey, we're going to have to do something about this guy. And what does Coby White do when that happens? His reaction to that, which is why I like seeing how he plays, Will and Matt, which is why I like seeing how he plays when his shot isn't going great, because he still continues to contribute, whether it's defensively, whether it's getting steals, because he had a bunch of steals too tonight. So whether it's the assist that he's getting 4 steals. So it's the assist that he's getting, those little things, all of that stuff adds up to make you an awesome-ass basketball player. And that's what he's turning into.
And, in Wednesday night's game, for example, his outside shot wasn't falling. So what did he do? And Perdue, you gave him credit for it in post-game. He attacked the glass, grabbed a bunch of rebounds, and also attacked the basket a few times and got some of those classic Coby White buckets at the rim. Strick, our guy, pointing out that was the first big day points guardsmanship drop of the season. Connor saying, speaking of point guardsmanship, thought Giddey played a damn good game tonight.
He did.
Rob saying there were some great decoy plays. Giddey hitting both Zach and Coby for easy layups and then a corner 3. Or no, it was 2 easy layups for Zach on those 2 Zach cuts, and then Coby in the corner for 3. Gorilla looking one eye down the road saying Giddey was great tonight, but expect him to struggle tomorrow against his old team. They'll know his every tendency. But yeah, I mean, a lot of love for Coby in the comments, and on a night like that. And I liked what he said in that post-game hit about we're looking for good shots. Yeah. Maybe we'll keep the ball moving. We saw the ball swing around a lot tonight from one side of the court to the other, in addition to those guys making cuts and making strong reads. Because, it's turn down a good shot for a great shot. We hear that kind of thing all the time. The Bulls minimized their turnovers tonight while getting 30 team assists on 46 made field goals. Coby said, we're not just jacking up shots. We're helping each other find good shots. And I think that is very important. Very. And shout out to Coby for it. We got to take one more quick break. Then when we come back, more of your thoughts, super chats, and of course, we find out who the Goon of the Night is. That's next. Stick around.
Can't wait.
Guess what?
What's that?
Baby Joey emailed me.
He did.
His
uncle's in the chat right now.
That's what he was emailing me to say. He said,
demanding people's likes, or he will come for their thumbs.
He was telling his uncle to come pick him up. And I was like, where are you at? And he was like, Italy. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, man.
Italia?
I was like, is he sure you're going to get that? You know why? Because he didn't understand.
Never understood?
Never understood. Why? Why does it cost so much money to look so cool? Shady Ray said you can look cool and save money, and they're going to do it for you. So get ready for the season ahead with them quality shades that are built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays got you covered with those premium polarized shades that will not, I repeat, will not break the bank. They are an independent sunglasses company offering that world-class product that's rated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars by 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames, crystal clear optics, making them your perfect choice for your outdoor, and as this gentleman over here to my right is about to prove, your indoor advenciones. It's a word. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. And guess what? They might have your team's favorite colors. Check them out. And if you upload those shades, you can exchange them for a new pair or return them worry-free within 30 days. There is no risk when you shop. And their team always has your back with that personal and fast support. So exclusively for the listeners out there, Shady Rays is giving away their best deal of the season. Head to ShadyRays.com. Use the code CHGO for 35% off those premium polarized shades. Sorry, Katie Duffy, try for yourself. The shades that are rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people because the Shady Rays, well, the Rays are oh so shady.
They really are just so damn shady.
They're so shady. They're so shady.
So relaxed and cool right now.
It's ridiculous.
Ray! Ray! Tonight's postgame also brought to you by our friends at Ray Chevrolet. Say prost to bigger and better savings on your next vehicle because Cartoberfest is going on now at Ray Chevy. Head in today to shop their huge selection of new Chevy models at their new low prices. Right now, you can take $3,000 all the way up to $12,000 off MSRP on most new Chevy models.
Yes, sir.
As one of the top selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. You can also cruise through fall your own way and shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. And if you've heard of Ray Chevrolet, then of course you've also heard of that Ray's Price Promise. That's their guarantee to make your next vehicle more affordable than ever with no price changing, no add-ons, no hidden fees. Ever! That means the incredible prices we're talking about right now on this ad, the ones that you see on their website, those are the prices you will pay when you go to the dealership and say to Ray and his team, hey, I want this car for this price. And he'll say, done, but wait. Let's try to find you even more savings before we close that deal. Shop Cartoberfest all month long by visiting Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake and RayChevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive. Vroom.
Yes. I think it's that time.
Bulls were driving tonight.
They were driving. So guess what they get?
What do they get?
They get a Goon of the night. Nighttime. Oh, my God. Hit me with it one time in the face.
Be the man! You gotta beat the man! Now! I'm the man. Woo!
Brought to you by Empire Today, because all they do is floors, no matter what. 588-2300. Lord, please let her do it. Katie!
Empire.
Tonight.
I'm working over here, okay?
Glad
She was
somebody
ready.
is.
She was ready. That was a cop-out. She was ready. She ain't going to make me fall for that. That's the okie doke, ladies and gentlemen. I don't fall for no okie doke. Long season, though, Katie. More wins ahead. Empire Today, Goon of the Night. This belt is now being given out. This time, I'm going to start with Will Perdue. Sir, please tell me, who do you think deserves Goon of the Night?
Who do I think?
Yes, Will Perdue, 4-time champion.
P. Will.
Ooh.
Wow.
Explain why.
That might be the first time ever on this program that P. Will has gotten Goon love.
Explain, Will.
I thought that he got off to a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled offensively, but I understand people are going to be like, what the? But I think that the energy and the effort he provided on the defensive end against Giannis throughout the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I liked his body language. I thought his energy was even more infectious in the second half. And as the team continued to knock down threes, I thought his defense got better. I know Giannis had 38, but he made him earn them. And he had a couple dunks.
Yeah.
But that's who Giannis is. I mean, even when he has a average night, he's going to give you 38.
Yeah.
But I thought that there's, also the help defense was good, but I think from what we've seen from Patrick in the past to what we saw tonight I think would be defined as a solid game for him.
Let me go here. Katie, no fun. Who was your goon of the night?
It's not you.
Boom!
I decide. First of all, I decide, so it can be me, which it has been before.
Yeah, he has awarded it to himself.
I have awarded it to myself.
Awarded it to himself.
There was a Patrick
We have
Williams
the tapes
story.
to prove that.
And I was right. Will, trust me, I was,
he was right.
Most of the time you
I was
are.
correct.
Yeah.
Please, Katie.
It's Coby White. It's he was. We don't win that game if Kobe's not on the floor tonight. I think most of us agree on that. Not just because of the points that he put up, but also because of the spark that he lit under every single other player. We didn't see that the other night. It's Coby.
Yes, absolutely right.
Love that.
Mustache aficionado, Matt Peck.
Oh, thank you. Connor to Purdue, given his good love to Patrick, said, P. Will for Goon, we're officially living in a dream. Lord's Hope Day. P. Will Goon.
It's only game 2.
Rob, P. Will Island going to go wild if he wins Goon of the night. I do want to give some good love to Jalen Smith, who I thought, had an underwhelming preseason collectively. I think he went 0 of 9 from 3 in the preseason games collectively. He went 4 of 9, including 3 of 5 from downtown tonight, and continued to do his work on the boards, grabbing 5 rebounds, 3 of those on the offensive glass, which without Andre Drummond, you like that our new backup center can provide some of that similar stuff for extra possessions, for second chance scoring opportunities for this Bulls offense. Also, good love to Dalen, who took that 12 and a half minutes without Lonzo tonight and ran with him. He had Big Dave barking at the TV when he was fighting for a million, through $1 million trees for an offensive rebound at one point tonight, and it was great. But my goon love goes to someone whose night is not yet finished. My goon love goes to our friend Adam Amin, who called that game up in Milwaukee tonight and is going to come down and DJ at a club in Chicago tonight and then go to the United Center and call their home opener before flying to Tampa to do an NFL game and then flying from there to Memphis for Bulls action again on Monday.
Yes.
I don't know how that dude sleeps or if he ever does. The man is a workhorse. He is so great at what he does. Bulls fans are so damn lucky to have Adam and also his guy Stacy in our lives calling Bulls games for us. Adam's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Adam's freaking crazy. Back-to-back Bulls games before flying to do an NFL game. Let me get a quick DJ session in there. Adam.
I love it.
Take some melatonin, my brother.
I love it. Shout out to him. He's also won this before.
Adam
Amin has definitely won Goon of the Night.
Okay.
For sure. Absolutely, he has done this. A lot of good candidates tonight, man. This one was a little tough. To be real with you. This was tough. But I gotta go with the heart on this one. Gotta go with the heart. So, Goon of the Night goes to Patrick Williams. Goon of the Night for Patrick Williams. Yes, let me tell you.
First time for everything.
Because I was going to give it to Dalen, because Dalen was gooning it up. Even when they won the game, he was waving bye to the fans out there. He was gooning it up. But that Patrick Williams rebound from the wing, snatching it from everybody, and then putting it back with all the strength and fire of Zeus, slid it in. That helped seal the game for the Chicago Bulls. And I also said to myself, when is Patrick Williams ever going to win a Goon of the Night? When is he going to be this eligible for a Goon of the Night? Not many times. So I feel like this was the time, man, because he played like his hair had smoke. Not on fire, but he had some smoke in his hair, sir. And I appreciate how he played, man. He came out, he responded, and he was strong and tough. So Patrick Williams, my friend, this is for you. Goon of the Night goes to you. Celebrate on Patrick Williams Island.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, and like Perdue, you were saying earlier post game, like he had a quiet start tonight, and you're like, he hit a 3, he grabbed 1 rebound, and you're like, okay, Pat's done for the night, and then he was silent. But you keyed on that, first part of the fourth quarter, that bridge from the end of the third to the fourth, when Zach and Vooch were getting their rest, and the Bulls youngins went on that run, and Coby was out there leading the charge, but Patrick Williams had a couple of crucial plays in that stretch. With Zach on the bench getting rest, with Vooch on the bench getting rest, and it was Patrick out there being decisive Patrick Williams. Hey, am I open right here? Oh, let me take this 3. Oh, can I fake a 3, get 1 step around my defender, pull up for this midi, and hit that? Great. Can I crash this offensive glass right now and give us another possession, go back up strong, put it back? Decisive Patrick Williams, who's using his things, what are those things called, attached to his skeleton? Muscles. It's great. It's freaking great.
I heard you can use those. Those are things. Dude, Patrick Williams, I spent my day today arguing on Twitter about Patrick Williams because Will, like you said, saw my tweet that I said.
And Bulls Twitter likes to argue.
Yes, they do. And they're arguing me semantic stuff. And we're arguing about effort. Like, this is the word you said he had no. I know I said he had low effort. And that's what I had a problem with. The effort was low. I thought it could have been higher. Well, effort, I don't know if you need it, but Billy did this and that. This is the no excuses tour. I don't want to hear that trash. Y'all can keep all that for real. I ain't trying to hear none of that. He controls how he plays. He controls the effort. He controls how he goes up for those rebounds and how he participates within the offense and the defense. And he did this all game long. I did not want to forget he was out there on the floor. Like that happens sometimes with Patrick Williams. You forget he's out there. Not today. He didn't do that tonight. He was on Giannis the entire time. And when he had an opportunity to take shots, he definitely took those shots. And in the fourth quarter, it felt like, he raised it up just a little bit more, especially to get that rebound, that 3-point shot that he hit. Like, he just did more things, man. Like, he took more shots in that fourth quarter than I've seen him take in quite a while. So I appreciated how Patrick Williams played tonight, man. That's what I think he should be continuing to provide. I'm not asking for much, but what he had, 13 and 5?
Yeah.
Or something like that? Yeah, man. I'm not asking for much, but dang, can I get 13, 5, and 3 steals? Beautiful. And that it goes with the rhythm of how your team is playing, because the way this offense is, we've seen everybody gets a chance and a crack at a shot. He should get 10-plus shots a game. It's there for him to take. He just has to be willing to take them, and he definitely did it tonight. And like I said, the defense he provided on the other end.
Well, I think there's the biggest thing I think going on now is, as you're talking about, the no excuses tour. Mm-hmm. But I also truly feel like now there's accountability. Mm. One, by Peter Patton, who, they're sitting down face to face, they're watching a lot of film, they're talking through stuff. But also by Coby and Io, two of his biggest fans, who are pushing him to do better, to be more accountable, to understand if you're not doing something, how to do it. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but also having that support when you're struggling can help you turn things around in a game. Yeah. So I'll assume, I don't mind making an ass out of you and me. I have a feeling that there were a few choice words that were told to him at halftime. Yeah. Whether either by Billy or Peter or me or Coby or Io, or he checked his phone and saw Dave's tweet. That's some bitch. I'm gonna show him.
How do you?
All right, but I just think that before we've seen glimpses, right, and that's why it's been so frustrating. Yeah. So now what we're asking for is consistency.
Yes, sir.
But we saw a part of that. Okay, in the situation where tonight we saw the C in consistency. Poor game, better game. Not saying a great game by any means, but a better game.
Can you build on that now?
Yes, exactly. That part. We want the consistency behind that now. Do it again. I'm not asking for a lot.
Consistency.
Just effort.
It's a great word. It's dangerously close to continuity, but we're not talking about the same things here. We're talking about consistency with performance of Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
We will get to all of our super chats in just a minute here. Before we do that, just a reminder, shout out and thanks to everyone who has signed up to become a CHGO diehard over the last couple of days while we're running this promo. Tons of you, hundreds. We've got hundreds of new CHGO diehards because a bunch of you out there are smart and realize that this is like the deal of the year.
Yes.
For just $4 a month for a full year annual membership.
$4 no holla.
Exactly. Listen to this man. 4-time champion knows what's up. $4 a month.
He knows 4.
Exactly. For all of the very best when it comes to our coverage of your favorite teams here at CHGO. Credentialed reporters doing their great writing, the very best of which is for diehards only. Access to that diehards only Discord, one for channel for each Chicago team that you love. Get rid of the Twitter with all of the ads and the bots and the Elon sucks stuff. Yeah, just hang out in the Discord with your fellow diehards. Free t-shirt every time you sign up, or when you sign up. Pick whichever one you want. And then every time you shop after that, 20% off our merch locker. Everything. 20% off everything.
Everything?
Plus discounts on all of our fun events we do throughout the city. Our CHGO Bears tailgates, which are always a fun time.
Oh my
a
gosh.
fun hang. Bulls and Blackhawks takeovers at the Madhouse. Coming up. We are entering takeover season.
Ooh.
Those are fun too. You get discounts on those if you're a diehard. Plus some of our trips that we take. Dave went to London, had a good time.
I did.
They're heading out to the desert for Bears Cardinals in a few weeks.
They are.
You can get that at a discounted rate too if you want to become a diehard. What are you waiting for? Perks on perks on perks.
Are we going to go to
$4 a month?
Phoenix when they play the Suns?
I mean, I suppose we could.
Or Miami when they play the Heat?
No, I can't.
Yes.
I can't go to
Or
Miami.
LA when they play the Lakers?
I would get in a fight in the streets with a bunch of fake ass Heat fans.
I'll go, Will.
Take Dave with you.
I would love to see that.
I don't want to see that. I got to be security.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still
maybe-
waiting for Bugs Bunny to saw the state of Florida off and send it out into the Atlantic.
Again, my sister's there, so no, absolutely not.
Birthday sister?
No, my other sister.
Okay. Well, whichever sister, get her out of there, and then we're chopping it off.
And shout out to she told me the hurricane that came through
Mhm.
St. Pete did a lot of damage out there, but everything's okay. She's doing fine.
Glad.
She's doing good. She missed all of it.
Glad.
So shout out.
I was
Things
born
are
and raised there.
on the mend.
It's not
See?
it's not as bad as you think.
St. Pete is nice, bro. It really is.
Yeah, I have an aunt and
Not
uncle
in
in
St.
St.
Pete, but I was
Petersburg.
born and raised in Florida.
Okay.
So come on now.
Katie?
Take
we
it
have
easy.
Florida to
It's
thank
okay.
for Will Perdue, so I think we got to be careful what we say about him.
That's true. I shouldn't badmouth
A
Florida as
national
much.
treasure.
But I love badmouthing Florida.
It's one of his faves.
What a joke of a place.
It's one
Hey,
of his
I
faves.
will regularly admit that some of your best stuff on X is Florida, man.
Dude, I'm fascinated by the state's obsession with the meth-addled alligators.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. All right, Katie, we got some super chats we got to get to. You want to read these? You want me to read these off?
I'm sure.
Read some off, and then,
I think you caught her off guard on that one.
Yeah.
We got to get Katie on the mics,
You dig
y'all.
what I'm saying?
All right. Prison Mike. This is my favorite.
Fantastic.
Favorite person in the chat, by the way. Bulls win.
Bulls win.
That, my friends, was hashtag fun bad.
You're right about that, Prison Mike.
But hold on, don't get too excited.
Oh,
He corrected himself and said, not hashtag fun bad. ... Hashtag fun good.
it was fun good.
It was fun good.
It
for
wasn't
the night.
even fun mid. It was fun
Yeah,
good.
it was fun good. Absolutely right.
Worried.
We got some issues with the scheduling here. I don't know if we can help, but we will try. So Bear Forever 14 says, hey, can I have more of these games to watch during the week? I need something to get hyped about in between Sundays while Bears are going on their Super Bowl
Bears.
run.
I love that.
Great win,
Bears.
Bulls.
Stop Bears.
That
Ah,
is.
Bears.
The Bulls just need to keep us entertained in between Bears Sundays.
I'm completely all right with
And
that.
hey,
That's
guess
all
what?
it
Bears
is.
Sunday is only a few days away now. We made it to Friday.
Let's go.
Javen Terry.
Hey,
We have, I know the goal is a top 10 pick, but
Yep.
the double T in butt is great, by the way. But if we're winning because our young guys are balling, so be it. We'll never not like a Coby White masterclass.
As
Yeah.
I said, if they get a top 6 seed, I am not mad at none of that at all. Because that
What?
means if they get a top 6 seed, I'm not mad at all. Because that means that
That would
everything clicked and everything worked. Everything did what you saw tonight.
That would be the youth development season of all
Exactly.
youth development seasons.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I don't know. That Thunder team did kind of come out of nowhere very recently.
like this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, the most recent nickname that I'm aware of is Joey Business Trips.
Joey
Is that
Business
correct?
Trip! Joey Business Trip!
So,
Hey.
Joey Business Trip. Bulls win. Bulls win.
Joey Chatbot.
He's all grown up.
He's grown, man. Joey
He
Super
grew
Chat.
up, he just flew out of the nest.
Now he's giving us money. Now he's tossing out $5
Thanks,
like it
Joe.
ain't nothing.
Keep those super chats coming.
Ain't nothing to Joey's fatness out there, son.
Larry Strickland.
Strick.
This is a word. My strick-emistic take
Nicely done.
Trademark.
Look at you.
was I needed one more 3 from Zach to hit my parlay. Outside of that, in the words of Big Dave,
Bulls win. I'm not mad at that. I'm sorry you didn't hit your parlay tonight, Strick, but guess what? Misery loves company. Mine didn't hit either.
No.
Io had a tough night shooting.
He did.
I needed 10 points from Io. He did not deliver. It's okay.
Wait a minute. So you missed your parlay on Wednesday by 1.
Yep.
And you missed your parlay today by 1.
By 8 Io points.
But
I needed 10. He only got 2.
No. I get that part, but
by one leg of my parlay?
That's correct.
Correct. All the others hit.
Man, you're close.
He's right
It's
there.
okay. That's
Breakout
what keeps
season.
you coming back to the parlays. I got 3 or 4. I got 5 or 6. He's got to have it.
But it's that only works in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And
Yes,
driving
but you know,
movies.
you throw a few bucks on a parlay and
Hide in
then,
the trunk.
you lose a few in a row, and then boom, you hit one, and you're like, "Ooh, I got so much cash now to fund all of my next 18 parlays." That's how parlays work.
Yeah. Science. Go ahead.
Last one
PhD.
here, Coach Banks. This is Coby White's team. The team plays better with Zach on the bench. Get what you can for Zach at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Coach
That
Banks,
last part. Yeah.
Okay, big picture stuff. We all, I think, are all aware that Zach and the Bulls are still probably working on that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, dude, Zach was 9 of 15, had 25 points and 1 turnover tonight.
Beautiful.
After, he goes crazy hot from 3 and then kind of cools off and tapers off in their loss on Wednesday when he also had 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
To follow that up with an efficient 25 points and 1 turnover, showing some effort on the defensive end, had that awesome swipe down on Giannis.
Yes.
As you mentioned earlier, a couple of blocks, did some work on the glass. Yes, Coby had a great night. We can also, two things can be true. Zach LaVine played well tonight too.
I like what Zach did in the first half when things got kind of stale and, the game was still really kind of close, but you felt the Bucks trying to pull away. And then Zach just started pulling them threes, you know what I mean, and hitting a couple of those to kind of keep everything, kind of still in line, Bulls within 1, Bulls up 1 kind of situation. So I appreciated that. I like the fact in the fourth quarter he understood the assignment. He saw what was going on. We saw him try to do something, and it was like, oh, nope, not your night. Not my night right here. Coby White, sir, go do your thing. Josh Giddey, go and do your thing. So I appreciate him with that kind of recognition on the floor.
I think what we all can agree upon is that A, Zach is 100% healthy.
Pew!
B,
That's a fact.
we saw exactly how explosive he can be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And C, this is the inconsistency that we need to have him correct from game to game to game. Because I think we'll listen. I wish things would have worked out better for Zach since he's been here because he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
people
much so.
forget he played hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge because he jeopardized his future.
That's true.
Okay. So that scores a lot of points with me. But I also think when it's just his game as a whole is kind of like a microcosm of these last 2 games.
Yeah.
We talk about we need more consistency from Pat. We need more consistency from Zach as well, but at a different level.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that is a former All-Star. So, unfortunately, I think when it's all said and done, though, I think we could all agree that it's probably best if he does that elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, the better he plays, the more his value rises, and the
Yes.
more you could probably get for him. Because at some point, we don't know when, but at some point, there is a team that will be in a position to take on that salary because they're probably one player away, or they just had an injury, or something just happened. And that's where, the Bulls have to be ready to strike.
Yes, sir.
Ready to strike.
Like a puma.
Yeah, we got some love for Zach in the comments here saying, he's balling out, says Rocky. Everyone was turning the ball over against the Pelicans. Let's not act like it was just Zach. No, I mean, the Bulls had 21 turnovers as a team. Zach had a third of those.
A third of
with
them.
7.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes.
That's the thing.
That's
almost had a triple-double with turnovers. Bro.
Hey.
That's the thing.
That's not the kind you want.
No, it's not.
And Gio in the comments saying, bring on OKC.
Talk to him.
We will leave it there.
Yeah, but
get some rest. You got a final thought?
Yes. I think that we can only talk about so much on the show.
Yes, sir.
But I also wanted to step forward and say that this is who Giddy is. This is what we were bringing in. He seemed like he played a lot more confident tonight. I think that because Zoe's going to be in and out of the lineup, you're probably going to see some inconsistencies with him. But I think when he is the singular player, meaning the games that Zoe is out, I'm gonna really look forward to comparing games when Zoe's out and when Zoe is playing, because they're two very similar players. But the facilitator with 9 assists, he also was attacking the boards, and he knocked down a couple threes, 17 points. I mean, this guy can do a little bit of everything, and as he becomes more comfortable, I think you're going to see him get even better. And these guys really adapt, and really look forward to playing with him, because the one guy I've noticed in the last 2 games, even though Zoe did play, that really feeds off Giddy is Zach.
Zach needs some
which
point
is
guard,
good, because we need Zach to look good.
Yeah.
And man, a couple of those just frozen rope dimes that Giddy sent Zach's way tonight.
Yeah.
We haven't seen passing like that on a Bulls court since Lonzo got hurt.
I mean,
like true story, have not seen passes like that since Lonzo got hurt.
Giddy ended the game. like the 3-pointer was game. Who had that on that bingo card?
Lapsus.
Not me.
No.
But he ended it, and shout out to him for it.
It's great. It's a great way for the Bulls to get their first win of the season up in Milwaukee. God, I love a win in Milwaukee.
Feels nice.
Is there anything better? Suck it, state of Wisconsin.
That's right.
Suck it to all of you.
Wow.
Packers are going to lose.
Yes.
Oh, man.
What do you hate more, Cleveland or Milwaukee?
Oh, Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's
Milwaukee.
Not close.
I went to college in Ohio. I got love for the state of Ohio, the city of Cleveland. My best friends from college is from outside of Cleveland. I, in honor of Joe, my best friend, will always have also hate in my heart for Cleveland, because I have to, because I got to stand right behind and beside my boy Joe Keem.
I'm about to say by Joe, he means Joe Kim knows.
I knew.
Just making sure we're on task here.
But no, I also have love. My Cleveland feeling is a heart that is half love and half hate. Everything above the Illinois-Wisconsin border is just all hate. All hate.
No love at all.
No. More than Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's never really done anything to me in the sports world.
Does that include Canada? Because you said everything above.
No, that. What have
Just the
Canadians
state,
ever done to me?
I don't know. You said
Very good
everything
point.
above. I just wanted, clarify.
Be too polite?
Be too nice.
Unnecessarily apologize for things they haven't done to me? No.
He digs in on all
Our
of them.
neighbors to the north, they have money called a loony. How could you hate something like that? Come on now.
One day I'm going to just pull out flashcards of just words, and you tell me why you hate these things.
I feel like we did that on this show in the early days.
Yeah, when we went through the bucket and we were just reading things.
And it was like, which thing does Peck hate more?
Oh, that was classic.
Right?
I remember that.
We
that
played
was
the
really
game.
fun.
I think it was called "What Does Peck Hate More?" And it was just 2 different names or items or things.
I was very proud of coming up with that. That was a fun time. Oh, that was
I do
good.
have one more question.
What's that?
Since you brought up your best friend Joe, the picture that you had taken.
Yep.
Do you have that blown up and on your ceiling?
Oh, tell him.
It is not on my ceiling.
Tell him, Matt.
Like my Twitter profile picture.
Yes.
Have you seen me with the shirt that is that picture?
No.
Because I made a custom shirt.
Yes, he did.
Of that picture of me wearing the Nobody Goes to Cleveland on Vacation shirt with Joakim's arm around me. And it just says, "This happened," with that picture underneath it. I also have that picture of me and Joakim with his arm around me as my mouse pad on my desk at home.
He's not playing.
Custom made.
He's not playing.
Poster above my bed would be a little much.
Oh, that's a little.
Yeah.
A little?
Well, you asked
mouse pads
as if that was like,
maybe
a thing that would exist in my home.
Would it though? I mean,
I'll tell you who wouldn't stand for that.
No, Redacted's not having that. We already know.
Shout out, darling. All right, let's get out of here. Everybody get some rest with your Friday night. We are back in action tomorrow. Will the GOAT will be at the UC for the Bulls home opener. I think actually our social media manager, Emma, is going to go to the home opener too. Let's go about the action. Slay, you young people.
Slay.
And Perdue, you're going to come back, hang out tomorrow again, yeah? Or are you
will be here.
Hey-oh. Let's go. Will_Perdue32 is where you can follow that 4-time champ.
That's him.
Big Dave is at BAWL, BAWL Sports.
That's me.
Will_Gottlieb, once again, as a reminder, I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out our producer, Katie Duffy.
Hey.
We're going to get her on that Empire jingle. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Patrick Williams,
Don't
Goon
keep
of the Night. Shout out to all of our sponsors tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done it yet. Make sure you subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Speaking of which, Blackhawks still rolling in Studio B post-game, breaking down a nail-biter and a heartbreaking loss to the Preds. For all you hockey junkies, just go click over on that one right here, CHGO Sports. We will talk to you tomorrow night. See you, Red. Be good.
What up, Hayes?
Hayes.
We all silly like the mayor.